Welcome back with a smiling face. Links to previous episodes are given in the video description, so don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video. The Girl in the Woods. Episode 2. Chapter 11 to 20. What? You kidding me, right? You got annoyed with me for that. Oh my god, Sarah, if only you knew what that cute face of you did to me yesterday night. I didn't even imagine a simple photo of your face would put me in that kind of circumstance, so that I even forgot to say how naturally beautiful you look. I was frowning at his message. What kind of a circumstance is he talking about? A simple photo of my face, put him in what kind of a situation to be exact? Did he mean? No. You have got a really dirty mind, Sarah. First, you thought he is asking for a dirty picture of you, and now you are thinking he did that after looking at your stupid photo. How you became this rotten, huh? You have even missed the part that he said you are naturally beautiful. Isn't that the thing you were so desperate to hear from him? You made all this mess just to hear this from him, and now you barely noticed it. I don't want to make myself further embarrassed than I am already, but on the other hand, I couldn't really hide my curiosity either. What kind of a circumstance? I swear I regret that. Out of everything I said, you noticed that? Anyway, you are too innocent and naive to know about that princess. Too innocent and naive? After all, you don't know about me, man. I was really mad at myself for asking such a stupid question from him. But in the end, it seems not that bad, because his text clearly shows he is not annoyed at me anymore. He is back to his usual sweet, gentle self. Or maybe not his usual self, but his usual way of dealing with me. No doubt I love his gentleness, but his rough, possessive, and dominant way made me feel a totally foreign yearning deep inside me. Anyway, I am so sorry for making a huge mess, I replied quickly, reminding he may be waiting for my reply, probably somewhere near my house. Yeah, he may be near my house, now only it came to my mind. I ran to the window and put my head out to have a better look at the street. There were several vehicles parked down the street, but I really didn't know what is his. I have seen him drive a few times, but couldn't recall his vehicle. As far as I remember, he was driving different vehicles most of the time. You don't have to say sorry. But I do hope you will never make me worry about you like this. I am trying my best to understand you as much as possible, but I have no experience with this kind of relationship with anyone. So I may not understand you exactly all the time. If you have anything to tell, even if you want to scold me, you can just do it. But if you ever keep on not replying me, and ignoring me like this, God knows what I will do. That will never happen, but I would love to see what you will do if that happens. That's better. Okay then, since you are fine, I think I should go and get my car repaired now. Why, what happened to your car? What happened? I faced an accident when driving, like an IT worrying about you. What? God, are you okay? What have I done? I made him got into an accident. I am okay, my car got damaged a bit, that's all. I am so sorry, you get into all these troubles because of me. Save that for later, princess. One day when I meet you in person, you are going to pay me for all these. Winking face. I don't think I will be able to earn enough to pay you. Don't worry. Didn't I tell you there are other means you can pay? I blushed, my heart rate doubled. An unknown shiver ran down my spine. Oh my god. I am so looking forward to meeting you soon. And I would love to pay you, of course. All these days chatting with him, and of course, having that awkward silly fight with him, made me realize that there is nothing I want for the rest of my life than being with him. Until now I had two things that get me going, enduring all the hard times. They were my education and Jake. Now when I compare how he makes me feel special, cared and loved every second, my education or my blind obsession for Jake feels so insignificant. Of course, I can't just lose my focus on my education, if I like it or not, but I have to get rid of this other thing. My first love, or to be exact, my obsession. I don't know when and where I started to have feelings for Jake. I knew him since high school, not just him, I knew Luke as well. But I don't remember much of him as I didn't pay any attention to him back then. He was not in the same high school as me, but I saw him in several inter-high school competitions, functions, and of course during a couple of football matches in our school ground when I was forced to volunteer in welcome committee. Even back then he was everyone's Prince Charming. He was super famous even in my school. It is true that first I attracted to him for his drop-dead gorgeous look and his incredible talents. So I started to follow him. I, however, managed to participate most of the inter-school competitions and functions just to see him. I voluntarily volunteered during football matches when it was between my school and his. Observing him over the period, I got more and more attracted to him due to his admirable qualities. How he always act decent and calm even in the most pressure situations, how he always stand up to the injustices, how smart and professionally he dealt with people, all these made me get really drown in the obsession for him. Those days every high school girl wanted to get his autograph, at least. I also wanted the same, but observing his cold response towards his fans most of the time, I was so scared to ask for an autograph. One day after a match in our ground, I gathered up all my courage and joined the bunch of girls flocked around him, asking for his autograph. He seemed to be in a good mood that day, so he was giving his autograph generously. I could reach near him finally, and with my shaking hands, I present him my book to get his autograph. Even now when I remember what happened next, it makes me feel super stupid. Due to my silly nervousness, I dropped my book on his feet, right when he was going to take it from me and sign. I quickly grab it and present him again, whispering sorry. He looked right into my eyes. For the first time, his devilishly handsome eyes met mine. My heart stopped and everything froze, leaving just me and him. I couldn't really get the expression in his eyes, what I could think was how handsome his eyes looked. I don't know how long he stared into my eyes, most probably for a second. But it felt like hours for me. Then suddenly everything was getting back to life and he walked away without giving me his autograph. I knew he doesn't even remember such a thing happen on that day, yet I felt embarrassed whenever I see him remembering what happened that day. Anyway, I didn't try to get his autograph ever again. But my obsession never faded away, it got even stronger. I didn't miss even a single match he played. I even went to learn karate, though I hate martial arts and obviously I sucked at them, as the classes were held in his school and I got to know he was coming to the classes. However, without learning anything valuable, I stopped karate classes when he stopped coming to them. I started collecting his photos, newspaper articles about him, his interviews with sports magazines, and anything that was at least slightly connected to him. I was on cloud 9 when I saw him at the university for the first time. I was the happiest when I got to know he was following the same degree as me. Even though we never talked to each other or never met face to face, seeing him daily gave me the happiness I wanted. But now the time is right to say goodbye. I want to make myself fully committed and available for him, just for him. First I need to get rid of all the stupid things I have collected about him. Going through my drawers, I got out all the posters, magazines, and newspapers. I am going to burn this all, except you. I told a poster of our university football team, which was issued a few months back. I am going to keep you because you don't just have Jake, but you have other people too. There is a far important thing I should actually get rid of than these posters and magazines, that is my scrapbook. The scrapbook totally dedicated to Jake. It carries a lot of pictures of him along with my silly thoughts or mostly my fantasies about him. I don't even know why I maintained such a pathetic thing in the first place, I was so sick. I went through all my drawers, my cupboard, and every place possible to keep a scrapbook, but I couldn't find it from anywhere. Where I kept that stupid thing? Sitting on the floor by the bed, I tried to recall. I kept in my locker at university. What? Why I kept it there, why I took it to university in the first place. If anyone got to see it, that would be the end of me. I won't be able to recover from humiliation for the rest of my life. Especially if Luke got to see what kind of fantasies his sweet innocent princess had about his friend. There is no doubt he will block my number and never ever talk to me again. Even thinking of that gave me heartaches. No. I am not letting that happen. Dear stupid scrapbook, stay safe until I come and get you, don't let anyone lay their hands on you. Chapter 12. I went to university as early as possible. Not even a single student was there in the corridors. So I opened my locker without much fear. Oh, thank God. Here it is safely. I grabbed my stupid scrapbook and put it in my backpack safely. I was extremely happy to complete my small mission without anyone to observe. I knew if someone was around I would be so much nervous and do some totally stupid thing. So that person will automatically know that I am doing something shady. I checked the time, there was more than an hour for the first lecture. I didn't have any other thing to do, so I just went to the lecture hall. I started to read some previous lecture notes to spend time. When it was like 15 minutes to the lecture, Jake entered the lecture hall. He looked elegant as ever. He was in semi-formal today, he must be having some meetings. As the captain of the football team, he got to attend them sometime. He was wearing a black long-sleeves shirt and had the sleeves rolled up to his elbow. He had tucked his shirt to the cream-color trouser he was wearing. He always looks handsome, no matter what he wears. But definitely, this semi-formal look has given him additional classiness to exaggerate his look. The charming smell of his cologne spread all over the lecture hall. I was totally drowned in his charm as usual, but just for a few seconds. I came back into reality and made myself clear that I am done with this blind obsession. The lecture started a few minutes after. I was giving my full concentration to the lecture. At the end of the lecture, I felt really fulfilled, because not even for a moment I daydream about Jake. It was the first time I could actually able to not imagine that one day Jake will come and confess how much he loves me, and then we will have our happily ever after. I know I won't be ever able to just ignore his presence. How we get totally amazed by just looking at a shining star far away in the sky, though we know that we have no desire to own it. I have such a feeling about him now. A feeling that is so different from love, just recognition. Thank you for keeping me happy for all these years, even though you don't even know about me. I thought while looking at him leaving the lecture hall. During lunch, I went to the university canteen to grab something to eat. I saw Shane and his friends were sitting in a corner, laughing and shouting like they own the place. I carefully roamed my eyes over them to see the face I wanted to see so much. There he was. Not paying any attention to whatever the others were talking. He was just reading something from his phone, giving his full attention. After having such a close relationship with him over the phone, and of course after he confesses his love, this was the first time I got to see him. I wish he could reveal his identity soon, so I can just run into his arms and save a warm kiss on that handsomely sculpted face. I was so attached in my own thoughts, I didn't even realize it was my turn to order. After getting a hard push from the student behind me, I quickly ordered a sandwich and a hot chocolate. I was about to go somewhere less crowded to enjoy my meal when Bob blocked my way. I almost spilled the hot chocolate. "Oh my! Sarah, long time no see," he grinned. "Great! Now I have no escape from him. He is such a pain in the..." "We missed you, so," he asked with a faked care. Bob, I have a lecture, so I should go," I said, avoiding his eyes. "What, you want to go? After meeting in years, nobody, I am not letting you go. I insist you eat with us today," he said, holding my hand. "What? No. This is going to be a nightmare. Come, everyone missed you. They will be so happy to see you." He was dragging me to where Shane and others were sitting. I didn't try to protest, because if I tried, it will end up me getting beaten. "See guys, who I found," he shouted. Shane and his idiots started to cheer like a bunch of kids who saw the Santa Claus. Bob made me sit on a vacant chair. My eyes automatically directed on Luke's face. He was not looking at me, but I clearly saw how his LPS stretched to a thin line. "I am sorry, you have to see this. I know this makes you hurt, more than it hurts me. So, after a long time, Nat? We missed you, don't we?" Shane Glenn said, pointing at Shane. "Of course, we missed your stupidity," Shane growled. "So, Sarah, didn't you say you are in a hurry to go? So you better eat," Bob suggested with a fake innocent. "I scared when they beat me and scold me, but I am a million times scared when they pretend to be nice towards me. I knew I was going to get something big, after having a peaceful week time. My destiny never fails to make me suffer." Wait, Bob screamed when I took the first bite from my sandwich. "What are you going to do?" he asked. "What? Can't he see I am going to just eat?" "Eat," I muttered. "After eat you will have this, right?" he said, holding my hot chocolate in front of my face. I nodded my head. "So what will happen after you eat your sandwich and drink this thing?" "After eating they will just vanish to my stomach." I didn't know how should I respond. I asked, "What happen when you eat this thing and drink this SHT?" he asked, pressing my chin. They will be digested," I managed to say. "How, the sandwich separately and the drink separately?" "No, they will be mixed together and then digested." "What is he up to?" "Sweet, that's the answer I was looking for," he said, releasing my chin. "If all of them get mixed inside your stomach anyway, what the use of having them separately? Let's mix them together. So your stomach will find it easy to do the work," he said with a serious face. All of them cheered like insane. Well, not all of them. "Break your sandwich to pieces and put here," he commanded, keeping a soup bowl in front of me. I could see there is still some soup and noodles remained in the bowl. My lips twisted with disgust. "Why? This is just soup. Shane had it. You must be grateful to have his leftovers, other girls would die for that," he laughed. "You have no idea, I always eat his leftover, because he is my brother. I knew I have no escape from this without doing what they wanted. So I slowly broke my sandwich in 2 little pieces and put them in the soup bowl. It made me wanted to vomit by just looking at how those tiny pieces got all soaked in the remaining soup. "Now pour this on top." Bob removed the lid and handed me the hot chocolate cup. I slowly pour it to the soup bowl. Shane forced my hand and made the whole thing poured to bowl at once. They all laughed. "And a bit of this to add some spice," Glenn smirked while squeezing some chili sauce to the soup bowl. "I think I should also contribute," Ben said while pouring some from his Coca-Cola bottle to the soup bowl. "Perfect. Look, this is so colorful. I am sure it's tasty." Bob mixed everything together using a spoon. "Look, it's ready, now eat." He gave me the spoon. No way I can eat that. I am going to throw up just looking at it. It didn't even look like food anymore, it was just like poop. Eat. Shane yelled at me when I was staring disgustingly. I can't. I feel like vomit, I pleaded. So you can eat your puke too, Shane put a devilish grin. I can't do this, no, this is so disgusting. Eat, or I will make you eat, Bob warned. Okay, that's worst. So I tried to eat, holding my breath, I tried to swallow. Right when that disgusting contact with my tongue, I felt my whole body shook with unbearable loathe. I am going to throw up. I can't hold this. But suddenly Shane holds my head, without letting me move, and forced me to open my mouth. Bob forced the spoon right into my mouth and they made me eat that piece. I was coughing and screaming, but they didn't stop. My whole body was on fire, I was so close to puke all over. Stop! Luke's angry voice raised. My Luke! My knight in shining armor! But you don't have to do this. You will also get into trouble because of me. Why? Shane asked. That's enough, Shane, Luke said in a commanding voice. Why are you starting to get a soft SP0T for this bit? Soft spot, Luke chuckled. Man, she is going to puke all over you, can't you see? Do you want to smell like puke all day? Especially when we have this session with cheerleaders, Luke asked. Yeah, that's true. Shane let her go, Glenn said disgustingly. Bob dropped the spoon down and pulled himself away from me. Your face is disgusting enough to see, don't want to see you puke. Shane said, releasing my hand from his strong grip. Let's go, Shane said. I looked at the way they all walking away laughing with a lot of satisfaction, through my blurred eyes. At once Luke turned around and looked at me. His face has turned red with anger, or is it pain? I wanted to stay there and cherish that magical moment, where our eyes met for the first time after we get into this close connection. But my body didn't let me, I ran towards the washroom, trying to hold the unbearable need of throwing up. I tossed my backpack to a countertop and rushed to a toilet cubicle. I barely had time to open the toilet seat and vomit. I kneeled down on the floor and threw up everything until I feel satisfied that there are no remaining pieces in my body. I don't know how long I spent there, trying to get everything out, my throat ached. My head was going to explode, my whole body felt so lifeless, I couldn't even feel my legs anymore. I spent some time, sitting on the floor, trying to gain some energy to clean the mess I have created, and walked out. After a few minutes, I stood up and cleaned the co-med seat and flushed everything. Using some toilet papers, I wiped out remaining puke on my face. I need a shower. I so badly need it right now. I am so disgusting, my whole body smell like puke. I knew the happy and peaceful week I had was just the silence before a storm. Now here I am, on the very first day coming back to university, and totally blown away by the storm. I slowly opened the door to get out. Did I just think I was blown away by a storm? Oh! It was just a mild wind. The real hurricane was waiting for me just outside the toilet cubicle. Chapter 13. I opened the cubicle door and stepped out. I saw 3 girls were there. Not just 3 girls, they are the hottest and the most famous girls in our university. Brittany, Mia, and Amy. All 3 of them are members of our cheerleading team. Brittany is the captain. Normally girls don't try to bully me, but these 3 are an exception. I don't know why they hate me that much, after all, I am just nothing compared to them. They all are so hot and so rich. Most of the boys would do anything to have a date with them. They were doing something, but I couldn't see what that is as they were not facing me. Amy just giggled looking at me. Please, God, I have had enough for today. I have no energy left to go through this again. Please save me. I started quickly washing my face, so I can get out of here as soon as possible. On that magical day, when you walk to me and our eyes meet each other for the first time, time will be stopped. There will be not even a faint sound other than the sound of our heartbeats. It will be us, just us in this whole universe. You will smile, that devilishly handsome smile. Brittany was reading something, while the other two was giggling. This feels so familiar. I was pretty dazed. Why this feels so familiar? I love you, you will say, making my poor heart stop. Why you wait this long? I may want to ask. But I will you instead, keeping my face so close to your heart. No words may need, you will understand. She continued to read. Wait. I know why this is familiar. I wrote this. They are reading my scrapbook. No. No. This is not real. This can't be real. Am I just hallucinating? Not even in my worst nightmares, I have encountered something like this. Warmth of your lips, the softness of your fingers, I will drown in your soul. No, I am not hallucinating. This is real. They are reading it. They are reading the wildest fantasies of my first love. Brittany, I shouted and run to them. What? She smirked. She was not holding just my scrapbook, but my dignity. This is mine, I said, trying to be calm. So what? She said with no emotions. You can't read it. It is private. Oh really? But we have already read it. Give me. I tried to grab it from her. She is much stronger than me. Now with all my strength flushed, I was not even capable of standing properly. So she could dodge me easily. I don't think I am going to give you this, she said. But this is mine, you don't have any right to read it, right? I need no right to do things, baby. I do whatever I want. I know that you mean bid. Please, Brittany. Give me this. I knew I couldn't get anything going against them, so I started to plead. What you think, girls? Should we scan this and put in university magazine week by week? Or should we start lending this to everyone, so they can enjoy it? How about both? It was Mia. Yeah, true. We should not be selfish. We should let others also to get the pleasure, Amy said. Of course. I should say I like your writing style, honey, Brittany said, looking at me. And what you have done here? It is a magnificent work. I don't think even Jake has this much of content about him. Brittany, please. I beg you. Please give me this. I can't let them give this to anyone. What will happen if Jake see this? He will think I am a psychopath. And what will Luke think of me? He will never even look at me. No, we can't give it to you, darling. Don't be a party pooper, Amy pouted. I am in a really good mood today anyway. So I am going to give you one chance. Brittany said. I will do anything, please, Brittany, give me this. Oh, honey, don't take it wrong. I don't intend to give you this little treasure back. Since I am in a good mood, I am going to let you choose the person who should read this first. No. No. Brittany, you can't give this to anyone. Please, this is all about my dignity. Please, if you have a so-called dignity, you won't keep something lame as this in the first place, Mia told. Please. I will do anything you want, anything, please. I am not going to let them do this. I know I don't have much of pride to be maintained, still, this is off limit. Even I disgust myself for maintaining this, so how others will feel. I will never be able to recover from the embarrassment. I will have to say goodbye to everything, my education, my happiness. Let's go, girls, you lost your chance to select the person, darling, I can't wait for more. I would love to see Jake's reaction after he sees this. Will he comes to you and tell you how much he loves you? Like in your fantasies? Brittany said, walking towards the door. Please, Brittany, please don't do this, I grab her hand. I will do anything, you name it. I will do it. I hate myself for being this helpless, but do I have another choice? Get your dirty hands off me, Brittany yelled. I will do your assignments, all the assignments for the rest of the years. I tried to negotiate on my best capabilities. They are hot and rich, but they are dumb. You can't negotiate what you think of us. Mia smirked. They were leaving, so was my last bit of hope. Brittany kept her hand on the doorknob to open it, and the next second, she released her grip and turned around. You love Jake? She asked. What? No. I said immediately, it was not a lie after all. I loved him, but I don't love him. Don't lie, you must be obsessed with him, otherwise you won't maintain this. I don't love him. I think we all dream about him, don't we? I asked slowly. But we don't maintain this kind of TS. I don't. I actually don't love, I have an idea, she said suddenly. I had no idea what she was going to suggest, but it should be something worse. I could see it by the look in her eyes. You must go to Jake and confess your feelings, she said mischievously. What? No. Are you kidding me? No. Brittany, how can I do that? I don't know. You can do it as you want. But I select the place and time. No, Brittany, I can't do that. He will think I am insane. And you know how he is. He is not cool with this kind of things, so do you think he will be cool after reading this, your little dirty thoughts about him? If you do that, we will give your little book back. We will never even talk about it, she added. There were some girls, who tried to get close to Jake, including Brittany. Though Jake is a decent, calm person in general, if you get on his nerves, he can be furious and you won't even want to be near him. I have heard how Brittany was humiliated sometimes back when she was drunk and started throwing herself at Jake at a party. Jake need his space, he doesn't like anyone cross his boundaries. So how am I going to do this? Since it was Brittany we are talking about, everyone ignored that incident easily. But it is never going to be the same for me. Still, it will be far better than letting everyone reading this stupid thing, right? So should I do it? I don't have all day, tell your decision. It has never been difficult to take a decision. This is such a dilemma. If I go and confess to Jake, he will act all rude and I will get humiliated. Everyone will get to know it, including Luke. But if they get to read my book, oh God! I was so insane to write. Okay, Brittany, I will do that, but you should give my book back, and as you said, you should never even talk about this again, I said. Deal, she said giggling. Let's go, Brit called, Amy said. I was waiting with Amy while Brittany and Mia went on a mission to select a perfect place to perform my suicidal act. I am going to really do this. Please, Luke, I hope you will talk to me after you get to know this. Please don't misunderstand. I don't love him anymore. I will explain everything. I just can't let anyone read this. Amy took me to the canteen. It was full of students. This bit has selected a perfect place. They should all go to hell. We came to Brittany and Mia. He is over there. Good luck, sweaty, Brittany said, pointing to the center of the canteen. Jake was there, but he was not alone, the whole football team was there including Luke. Oh my God! Jake was there in the middle of the canteen, surrounded by the whole football team. They were in a serious discussion. These girls are so evil to be human. They want to humiliate me in the best possible way. What are they going to get out of this anyways, hurting poor me? I felt like walking back and ask Brittany to screw herself, but I was not strong enough to face the consequence. That's my problem, I am not mentally strong enough to do anything. I walked slowly towards the direction where Jake and the football team were. My legs felt like jelly, my heart was thumping like crazy, I was sweating. Please, God, help me, please give me the courage to face this. They didn't even notice me as they were so engaged in their discussion. Okay, Sarah, let's get this thing finished. You can't let those BS reveal your dirty little secret, right? So be strong. You can do this. Jake. I said slowly. I think I talked too softly so I was not audible at all. Jake, I said again, this time bit louder. Their discussion stopped suddenly. Jake lifted his head and his eyes set on mine. Oh God, for the first time our eyes met, but not in the way I always fantasized. His eyes were filled with confusion and a different feeling that I couldn't figure out. My eyes effortlessly traveled to search Luke. There he was, looked all terrified. His mouth was half opened. I am sorry. I am so sorry. I don't mean any of the things I am going to tell right now. Please don't ditch me. I adjusted my eyes again on Jake's. He was still staring at me. You have to make it sound real. Don't try to act dumb. Brittany's words were repeating on my mind. Jake. I have something to tell you, I said, trying my best to not break into tears. I wish I could dig a pit and bury myself, without going through this. He didn't say anything, didn't even nod his head or even blink. He was looking right into my eyes like he was about to choke me to death. Jake, I want to tell you, that, oh my God, how much I fancied to say these magical words to him, why everything went this much wrong for me. That I love you. Oh my God, I should die. I should die right now. His eyes clouded immediately with some emotions that I couldn't read. His face went darker, his jaws clenched. I love you so much. I am so much attracted to you. I don't really know how I sounded, but I was trying my best to sound like I was telling truth. I really love you. Jake, but without letting me continue, he rose up. His was burning with anger. For a moment, I thought he was going to hit me, but instead, he walked away furiously, his strong arm brushed my shoulder and made me almost fall. Tears that I was trying so hard to control started to spill out. I was looking at the way Jake disappeared with a blurred vision. Everyone was staring at me, it felt like I got naked in front of them. Everyone was so shocked, maybe even more than me, so they didn't tell even a word. Before they come back to their senses, I hurried off. I had no idea where I should go. I was just running and running until I couldn't breathe anymore. I paused and put my hands on my knee, panting. I looked around. I was near the main gate. I should go home, immediately, and maybe never returned. But all the crying and running had drained me out completely. So I stayed a few minutes trying to calm down and gather some strength. Then I started walking towards the gate, still in a daze. I was about to cross the road to get to the other side when I was almost hit by a car. I fell onto the ground, not because I was hit, but because I got so panicked. The car stopped. It was a beautiful red Ferrari. The shutter of the driver's side went down and I saw Jake put his head outside. Oh my God! Didn't I have enough humiliation in front of him? Why are you playing with my poor self like this? I stood up immediately to show I am totally fine. Please don't even try to come and check, I am not even scratched. After seeing me stood up, he pulled his head in and the next moment the red Ferrari sped out of my sight. I was looking at my phone anxiously. It was 6 p.m. now. Nearly 3 hours passed since that horrible incident. Still no messages from him. I know, I can't expect him to text me after everything that has happened. But what can I really do? How am I going to explain to him everything? I stayed another hour looking at my phone. I can't wait anymore. I should ask for his forgiveness. But how should I bring up the topic? If I directly say, I didn't mean it, please forgive me. I was forced to do that, then it will clearly indicate that I know he was there and I have an idea about his identity. Maybe I have to put it in a different way. I think you already know what has happened. Please believe me, I didn't mean any of that. I was forced to do that. Brittany, Mia, and Amy forced me to do that. I sent him. I don't love him, believe me. I sent again. There was no reply from him, and it was time to prepare dinner. I quickly made dinner, but my mind was on my phone. I even burnt my finger. I was checking my phone from minute to minute, but there was no reply. He must be really mad at me. Can I blame him? If he did the same thing, would I easily forget that? No way, I would put a big drama here. After arranged the dinner to the table, I returned to my room. I checked his WhatsApp profile, last seen 7 hours ago. I sighed and kept the phone on the bed. What should I do, if he doesn't reply to me at all? Should I directly go to him and explain everything in person? Or should I wait until he cools down and texts me? I am going crazy. I know you angry and you have all the rights to be angry. But can you please at least send me a single text? No need to type anything, just a blank text I sent him. I knew I sound so desperate, but I didn't care. Making him talk to me was far more important for me. After everyone finished eating, I went down and cleaned. I didn't feel hungry at all, though I had nothing inside my stomach as I threw up everything in the afternoon. After I come back to my room, I sent him another text. Please send me one blank text. Your silence is killing me. I know you are hurt and you are angry. But you have to trust me, please. I didn't know how many messages I sent him so far. Don't you ask me if I ate or not. I tried another tactic. You know I am not feeling well. I threw everything I ate in the afternoon. I am feeling really lifeless right now. But I don't feel like eating. He can't stand it when I am sick, so he must text me right now asking me to go and eat. But he didn't. It was 2 a.m. now and nothing from him. Are you sleeping? You know I can't even sleep though I am exhausted. Please, please send me a text. Please don't ignore me like this. I don't have anyone. You are everything I have. Please don't be angry with me. I sent again. I was going super crazy, and I had no idea what I was doing. I dialed his number. I really dialed his number. His phone rang, but he didn't answer. I kept on dialing his number. 20 times. 30 times. 40 times. I can't really remember. I think I fell into sleep, while dialing his number. I woke up with a killing headache to the sound of my alarm. I stopped the alarm while massaging my forehead from one hand and put the phone on the bed again. Then I remember what I was doing last night. I quickly grabbed the phone, one new message. Thank God. You have listened to my prayers. I opened it as quickly as I could. You must learn to stand up for yourself. This must be the last time someone forced you to do something. Chapter 15, You must learn to stand up for yourself. This must be the last time someone forced you to do something. I was staring at his message, for God knows how long. I was happy that he finally replied, but he seems still angry. It was a command, not a request. He must be annoyed. I knew the main reason for all my problems is lack of confidence. I always wanted to stand up for myself, but I was too much afraid. When people began to bully me first whilst in school, I complained to one of my teachers. She took the required actions almost immediately and punished them, but after that, it was a total nightmare. I got beaten so badly, and they warned me that they will kill me if I dare to complain against them ever again. No one even let me sit near them, or they didn't want me in their groups for groups projects. They called me a traitor. The frequency of their insults increased dramatically. For once I thought of complaining again, which I later realized not going to work. After that incident, I determined I should let them do whatever they want. I sighed. Even remembering that horrible incident made me shivered. I never want to go through the same again. But now he demands that he wants me to be strong and stand up. No matter what inner fears I have, I was ready to do whatever he asks, because these few hours he made himself away from me, made me realize how much I need him. How much I longing for his texts, his caring, and his love. I was so afraid to go against them, but now since I have you by my side I am going to try. I sent him. After a few minutes, he replied. Not just trying, you must do that. I am so sick of seeing how you get forced all the time. Yes. I will. I promise you. Since I am sure you are always with me, I replied quickly. You don't have to worry about that. I will always be with you, he responded. That's the only thing I wanted. Please don't leave me, I don't know how I can live without you. I don't know what charm you did on me, but you have become my life, within these few days. Thank you. That's all I want, I replied. After finished making breakfast I came back to my room. I was in hesitation. I couldn't decide I should go to lectures today or not. Every single person in university may already know everything. They are going to make fun out of me for sure. They won't spare me for at least a week, but today it would be worst as it is still a piece of hot news. I was imagining all the humiliation that I might have to go through while massaging my still aching head. Maybe I should stay home, I have this headache as well. But right then I saw my phone, which reminded me of the promise I made to Luke. Oh God! I promised him that I would be strong, didn't I? Then how can I hide in the home like a lost bunny? I have to go to university, no matter what happens I have to keep my promise. I almost forgot I have one other special task to do. I have to get my stupid scrapbook which caused me all these troubles. Yesterday I just ran away and forgot to collect it from Brittany. I should get it today. When I came to university it was crowded with students on as any other day. I slowly walked towards the faculty, praying God to give me the courage to face everything. Students were all over the corridors and everywhere, but no one even looked at me. They all just ignored me, which was quite unusual. All the previous times, when something like this happened, I couldn't even get to reach the faculty door without these people making fun out of me. Today everything looks so different. I went to my locker first to keep some of my textbooks. There were many students there, but none of them show me any attention. I was so pleased. Maybe God finally has thought of giving me some relief. I then went searching for Brittany or her friends. I looked in every place they usually in. But they were nowhere to found. Where they all vanished to? I was thinking of walking all around the faculty. I saw Shane and his gang was there in the canteen, but Luke was not with them. Where has he gone? Anyway, I walked out of the canteen before they notice me. I know I have to be strong and all, but there is no use of intentionally get into troubles, right? I was fed up searching for Brittany, Amy, and Mia. I wished that I had their phone numbers, then I would not have to walk everywhere with this stupid headache. I had like 1 hour to kill before the next lecture, so I thought of going to a computer lab to do some research on one of my assignments. I was astonished to see who were there when I entered the lab. Brittany, Amy, and Mia, all three of them were there. So have they been here this whole time? Today only the unusual things happen, it seems. This is the first time I saw them in a computer lab, well apart from the times we had online assignments. There was no other student other than them. They were discussing something so intensely, they didn't even notice I entered the room. I walked towards them, they were literally whispering, I couldn't even hear a word they said. Brittany, I called her. They all shook with panic. What? You scared us, Brittany gr0aned. I am sorry. I searched for you everywhere, I told. She said, staring at the computer screen. There was nothing on her screen other than the wallpaper, so what was she staring at so intently? I didn't think I could find you all here. Why, are we not allowed here? It was Mia. No, not like that. I mean, you normally don't come to labs, that's why. What am I really talking about? Just get into the topic immediately, you fool. She didn't reply. They all started staring at Brittany's screen as she just opened Google Chrome. Haven't they seen a web browser before? Or do they purposefully avoiding me? Normally it is me who try to avoid people, with the fear of getting to trouble. So why they have to avoid me? However, I have to get that stupid book to my hand, it has caused me enough trouble by now. After all, she promised me to give it back. We had a deal and I completed my part, now she has to do the same. So you don't have to be afraid, Sarah. You are just going to ask for what she promised, nothing more. Brittany. Can I get my scrapbook back? I asked, gathering all my courage up. She was still staring at the web browser screen like she didn't hear me. Brittany. I want my scrapbook back this time, I said a bit loudly. I can't give you that, she said casually. What? But we had a deal. Can't you remember? I did what you asked me, now you have to complete your part of the deal. How can she refuse to give it now? She promised me. I know we had a deal, but now I can't give it, she said, still staring at the screen. Neither Amy nor Mia even raised their heads. I have got bullied countless times, I was used to them. But what they asked me to do was beyond my limits. I bet my dignity on this st. I never wanted to make myself embarrassed in front of Jake or Luke. I never wanted to make them feel uncomfortable for any reason. I almost got the person I love to hate me. I did all these SHTs because I didn't want anyone to read my stupid scrapbook. So now what she means by she can't give it? I got furious. My heart rate doubled. After I did everything, I can't just let it go. I should not let it go. You bit, how dare you to say you can't give? Do the thing you promised, I yelled while grabbing Brittany from her shoulders. They all looked surprised to the maximum. So did I. I didn't know where I got that much courage and confidence to grab the most popular girl in the university and yelled at her like this. This is like the first time I yelled at someone. I had my hands still on Brittany's shoulders, and she was staring at me with fear and surprise. I had never seen someone look at me with such fear. It is me, every day look at people with fear in my eyes. You made this deal. Now finish it, I yelled again, shaking her. She is surely much stronger than me. And they clearly outnumber me. But none of them even tried to stop me. My fingers pressed on her pale flesh, I was so near to burst into tears with anger. Before that, I got to finish this. Give that book to me. I don't have it, she stuttered. Did I really make everyone's sweetheart stutter? Something to celebrate, but not now. Where you kept it? I asked, pressuring my hands on her. I didn't keep it anywhere. He took it from me. And he said he is not going to return it, she said, barely looking at me. What? What did she just tell? Chapter 16, I didn't keep it anywhere. He took it from me. And he said he is not going to return it, she said, barely looking at me. What? My hands left from her shoulder. She was indeed scared, but now I am even more scared than her. Who took it? I asked with a broken voice. I can't tell you, she said, looking down. Why? It was mine. You have no right to give it to anyone in the first place. Now, are you telling me you can't tell who took it? Is this a joke? You are playing with my life, Brittany, I yelled with all I got. More than scaring her, I wanted to make me feel calm down. My heart was thumping and my whole body was shivering. I didn't give it. He took it. How can he take it if you didn't give? And no one knew about the book other than 4 of us. I don't about that. I refused to give it, but then he threatened me. Threatened you? Hey, this bit it would be better if she had killed me. He got something about me. He threatened me with it. Her voice was breaking. So to save your dignity you just destroyed mine. Wonderful. How can you call yourself a humane even? He said, he is not going to do anything about the book. He said he just wanted to it. He promised that he would never even show it to anyone else. Do you trust him? Yes, of course, you can trust because it is not your pride that is at stake, I growled. Sarah, listen. Even though I can't return your book, I can guarantee that your secret is safe. I sighed and dropped onto a nearby chair. I was thinking of who might get it. Tell me at least who is he. You are driving me crazy, Brittany. You at least owe me that much. I really can't tell you, Sarah, but he said you will eventually know. Eventually know, so was it Luke? Did he take it? Oh my God. I felt totally paralyzed. If it was Luke, what he would think about all my stupid fantasies about Jake. Is that why he didn't text me all day yesterday? It is so normal to annoy, after seeing such a thing. Oh, God. He is the last person on the earth. I want to read my stupid scrapbook. Sarah, Brittany called me softly. I said, still drowning in my thoughts. Believe me. You don't have to worry about that anymore, she said. Whatever, I said ignorantly. There is no point of talking with her, she is not going to tell me anyway. So our deal is over, right? She said again. What deal? You didn't have any deals with me. You just used me to do what you wanted. You wanted to humiliate Jake and make him go mad. So you made me do it. You are really a cruel bit. I stood up and stormed off from the lab. All 3 of them were just staring at me. I have never seen them that much surprised. Not just them, I was also totally surprised at everything I said. I couldn't even speak to a person loudly, but today. I think I am actually starting to stand up for myself. I was thinking the whole day, what I should do now. I really wanted to ask Luke if it was him, who took the book. But I was afraid, because if it was not him, then he would ask me 1,001 questions. This is such a dilemma. Other than that, for my pleasure, no one even laughed at me all day. I saw Shane and his friends also in the corridor, but even they didn't pay any attention. Did Luke frighten everyone? Or what can be other possible reasons for all of them to act so strange today? Jake was not anywhere to be seen the whole day as well. It is really unusual for him to cut any lecture. I feel a bit comfortable anyway. It would be really embarrassing to see him today after making myself a fool in front of him yesterday. I couldn't really focus on any of the lectures. My thoughts were all over the place. My headache also got worsen. This is too much. In the evening I had to go to the cafe. Even there I couldn't really concentrate on my work. I got even scolded by Mr. Donalds. But all I could think was, did Luke take it, and has he read it? There is a new one, go take the order, Mr. Donald told me when I was washing some cups. I quickly wiped my hands and walked to the front. He is there, Mr. Donald said, pointing to a table in the corner. Oh dear God! It was Jake. What he is doing here? He never comes to the cafe alone. So why he wanted to come today? I didn't know how can I really go and talk to him, at least to get the order. Why God? Why you make me embarrassed this much? You still here? Mr. Donald yelled at me. I'm going, Mr. Donalds, I said slowly and started walk towards the table where Jake was. Okay, Sarah, you got this. Don't look at him. Just keep your head down. It takes only a minute to get the order and that's all. Hello. Good evening. Can I take your order? I said my normal sentence, like a parrot. I was just looking at my notepad. Yes. I want a cappuccino and a slice of blueberry cheesecake, he said in a cold voice. Okay, is that all? I asked. Yes, okay. Please give me just 5 minutes, I said and turned around to get off from there. But instead, I bumped into someone. My head hit in that person's C.Hest. Oh God, it is a pretty hard C.Hest. I am sorry, I said raising my head. What? Oh God. No. No. I have bumped into not some random stranger, but it was Luke. I think I forgot to breathe for a second. I have never been this close to him. No need to tell I enjoyed being near him, though it made me really nervous. Luke looked down and his face lit up with a beautiful smile. That's okay, he whispered. Oh my God. This is like the first word he talked to me in person. Oh. My sweet Luke. I was over the moon. I totally forgot the embarrassing situation I was in. Am I late? Luke asked Jake, moving away from me. Then I also came back to reality. Wait. Why Luke came here? What is the discussion he has to take with Jake? Is he going to talk about my stupid book? What? Am I crazy? How could I even think that low about him? He is not that type of a person. But why they meet here all of a sudden then? It is not that they usually go to places together. So much to process. No, I just gave the order, Jake said. Sarah, can you please take my order as well then? Luke said bit loudly, as I was walking away from them. Sarah. Oh my God, he called me by name, for the first time in person. Oh God, I am so happy. I turned around to take his order. I didn't want to look at notepad while I was taking his order. I wanted to look right into those hazel eyes. To those eyes, which belongs to the person I love. Can I take your order? I asked, looking right into his eyes. My heart stopped, I didn't breathe. Yeah, sure. 1 hot chocolate and hot chocolate. Oh dear. Do you want to impress me or is it your favorite drink as well? And Nutella brownies, he said smiling. Oh, chocolate lover. I could actually stay there looking at him all day. Those startling hazel eyes, those eyes filled with happiness. Is that all? I asked almost automatically. Yes, that's all, he said again, smiling. Please give me 5 minutes. I will get both of your orders, I said, smiling at him. Then I turned around and walked towards the kitchen. I don't think that the new strategy would work in our next match, I heard Jake said when I was walking away. They may have come here to discuss some football matters. But don't that require the whole team? Or at least Shane to be there? Because 3 of them are like the main players. Chapter 17. I fixed their drinks, still in my thoughts. I knew they were close friends since I know Jake, but didn't see them hang out alone recently, or not after coming to the university. I arranged their drinks and snacks on the tray and walked to the front. They were talking about something, and I can swear that Luke changed the topic as he saw me. What? As he saw me, he stopped what he was saying and gave a look to Jake. Then Jake started talking about something, obviously about football. They are up to something. I can sense that, but what it can be, I have no clue. Shane definitely has to take this serious. Clifford's is not going to be easy, Jake was telling Luke when I reached them. I first placed Jake's order in front of him without even looking at him. Thank you, he said, stopping what he was explaining to Luke. His voice is so dominating yet decent. Even his thank you feel like an order to me, but I don't really know. Everything about him is quite complex and hard to understand. Here is yours, I said, smiling to Luke while placing his order. Oh, thank you. It looks delicious, he said, smiling happily like a small kid. That is my boy. So simple and joyful. After serving their order, I got myself pretty busy and couldn't even go and ask if they need anything else. It was indeed a super busy day. I felt so overwhelmed. My legs were aching standing up all the time and I couldn't feel my fingers as they were so tired. I made a chocolate milkshake for another order and placed that on the tray. It was a large milkshake, so the glass was so tall. I had to be careful not to spill it, with all the aches in my hands. I came out from the kitchen and walked along the corridor to get to the front quickly. Mr. Donald was like a monster today. He was scolding all of us for our clumsiness. But we were not clumsy, we just had a massive crowd here today. I crashed into someone who came in a hurry from the men's washroom. Oh, God! No! The whole milkshake spilled over, soaking me and whoever the person I bumped into. I could just manage to hold the glass before it hit the ground. What a familiar arrogant voice raised above me. OSH*T, it was from Jake. I have bumped into Jake. Out of all the men here, why him? Why God? Why you made me a fool in front of him again? Didn't I have enough? I didn't know what to do. My head went blank. I was just staring at Jake's ruined t-shirt. His hands tried to wipe his t-shirt, but it was totally ruined. I came back to reality. Fear and embarrassment started to hit my mind. Oh my God! What have I done? What should I do now? Sorry. Sorry. I am sorry. Without knowing what to do, I tried to wipe out his t-shirt with the napkin I took from my uniform pocket. But as soon as I felt his hard C.hest through the thin fabric, my hand ejected from him as it got an electric shock. I turned red and I felt like want to cry. His smell, the smell of his cologne, which always put me into daydreams. Oh my! I am getting that smell strong as ever. It was really intimidating. My heart was thumping like it's going to jump out from my poor C.hest. Why you smell this good? Why you don't let poor me get over with you? Why you always attract me and trap me in you? It's okay. I will take care of this. I think you have to take care of that drink now, Jake said, interrupting my thoughts. Oh, yes. I said without knowing what to tell. I looked at the empty glass and the ruined tray. Then I looked at my uniform. Since I had an apron, my uniform was not destroyed. But what about him? I am really sorry, Jake, what can I do? Shall I clean your t-shirt for you? I know I sound so dumb. Nah, that's okay. Anyway, it's my fault. I didn't see you, he said. Of course, you didn't see me for all these years, Jake. Even though I am so obsessed with you, you didn't even know me. Go take care of that drink, he said again, without letting me telling anything, and headed towards the washroom again. I didn't follow him or say anything. I wanted to do something but I didn't know what. Get out from here, girl, make that drink again quickly. I don't want to lose my customers. Mr. Donald's voice came behind me. What? He was there. Did he see what happened? What an embarrassment. I ran to the kitchen without even looking at him. He didn't sound that furious anyway. It is kind of surprising, given that he was in a real bad mood all day. I quickly prepared the milkshake again and served it to the customer, apologizing for the delay. I looked at the table where Jake and Luke was sitting. None of them were there at that moment. Where have they gone? Did they go out? Or are they still dealing with that t-shirt? Remembering that t-shirt made me feel the electric shock I got from barely touching Jake's c-hest over it. I blushed again. I walked towards the men's washroom area to check if they were there. I wanted to ask him if I can give him a new t-shirt. There were a few extra t-shirts in the storeroom. I got astonished by the sight I got from the fully opened door of men's washroom area. Jake was leaning to a wash basin counter, facing the door and without his t-shirt. His masculine upper body was on full display. He has got 8 packs, I guess. I know he is doing all the hard workouts and all, but never expected him to be this well built. His body was like a statue, which a full craftsman carved with a lot of details and care. Oh my God! All those girls drooling over him if they get to see this mesmerizing sight. They will not leave Jake even for a second. It was almost impossible to resist me from going and touching him. You! Jake said suddenly. But he didn't try to cover him up or at least to change his position. Who? I heard Luke's voice from inside. Oh! I am sorry. I didn't, I turned away from him. Well, I didn't know what to tell him. I think he saw, I staring at his n.8c.hest. I came to ask you. If, you need, we have some spare t-shirts, I managed to tell finally. Ah, you. Hey, if you have a spare t-shirt that would be nice. I tried to fix this but it seems not working. Luke came out from the door and told me. I turned around to see him. He was holding Jake's t-shirt in his hands and he looked worried. Just by seeing his innocent blue eyes, I realized I have been unfaithful to him all evening. When he is loving me more than his life, here I am dreaming about his friend. Getting fluttered by his hot friend's n.ached upper body. What's wrong with me? Jake never showed me any attention. Today is the first day he at least talked with me. But Luke, he took care of me, he made me happy. He made me feel that even I could get loved by someone. I am really pathetic. I am a bit nothing more than that. I have no right to even feel anything about Jake. I wish you die, Sarah. You pathetic unfaithful bit. Hey, are you okay? Luke asked, concerned since I was just staring at him without telling anything. Why, yeah. I am sorry, yes Luke, we have some spare t-shirts, let me get one, I said quickly and stormed off without looking at Jake, who just came out and stands behind Luke. Luke, I said, standing outside the door holding an old t-shirt. They had closed the door. Good, they remember to close it at least now. The door opened and Luke came out. Oh, thank you. Sorry for making troubles to you, he said. No, it is not a trouble. After all, I had to be more careful when carrying a drink. Please tell Jake, I said to him, that I am sorry, I said, trying to not look at his blue eyes. Okay, but if you want to tell it personally. Jake is just inside, he said again. No, that's okay. I am a bit busy right now. I will go, see you later, I said and walked away. See you later. Oh God. I really said that, didn't I? It is not like we are friends or we talk with each other every day, well, except for texting all day. Everything is so complex, right? Since when my miserable life got this complex? See you later, I heard him saying. I am sorry. I am so sorry, Luke. I know I was wrong. I have to dedicate myself to you, you love me, and you are the only person I have in this world. I don't know. I thought I am over with him. But even some simple things about him could make my heart obsess with him over and over again. What should I do? You know that I am really trying my best. It is not that I love him, Luke. I promise you. I don't love him, but he seems to have a permanent place in my heart. And I have no idea how I can remove him from there. I hate myself. I truly hate myself. Chapter 18, I was lying on my bed, my thoughts wandering around. I didn't get any chance to be close to Jake or Luke like this in all the years I knew them. But today I bumped into both of them within like an hour. I know it's totally embarrassing, what happened today, yet deep inside me, I was extremely happy. I even got to speak to them like a normal person. On the other hand, the way they talked with me today clearly indicated that they are not angry with me for what happened yesterday. No need to tell how relieved am I. My phone indicated a new message. I quickly grabbed it. I was waiting all day to text with him properly. I sent him countless messages but didn't get any reply. Hello, princess, so how was your day? Luke's cheerful face flashed in my mind. It's good, better than yesterday anyway, I replied instantly. Did you eat? Yep. I ate and I finished all my work. I am just lying on my bed right now. Nice. So what you are thinking while lying on your bed? In any case, do you think about me? Yeah, about you and about Jake. No matter how much I tried, I remember him as much as I remember Luke. Maybe I replied. That maybe sounds more like definitely. Oh really? Yeah really, anyway you know what am I doing? What, lying on bed lazily as me? Dreaming about my princess, I blushed. I wish you are with me. I would love to lie down beside you and listen to you. What do you exactly dream about? The day I am going to hold you in my arms and reveal myself. I wish that day come really soon. Don't worry, princess. I need just a little more time. Believe me, of course I believe you, and that day I will be the happiest. We were in the lecture with Ms. Smith. We are going to have 3 days tech workshop at Willows Center, she said out of nowhere. I almost dropped my pen. 3 days workshop? At Willows? It's a perfect location to have a tech workshop. I guess it's just not me who found the idea exciting, the whole lecture hall echoed with cheers. We are going to have this from 22nd to 24th, that means at the end of next week, she said. What are we going to do there, madam? Someone asked. Well, we will have some tech sessions delivered by industry experts and some hands-on sessions too. Other than that, we are going to divide you all into teams and give a group project to work on. One of the main objectives of this workshop is to give you the chance to get familiar with your batchmates more and allow you to work as a team. Because from next year you have to start working on your comprehensive research project, which is a group project. Madam, what about the expenses? I looked at Ms. Smith with full of hopes. Please don't tell a big number. I will not be able to find that much by next week. All the expenses related to the workshop will be covered by the faculty, but you have to take care of accommodation, food, and transport cost. We have arranged accommodation in Willows Center itself, and we will get food also from there. Therefore we could get a really good price. Overall, you will have to pay this much for everything. She then wrote a figure on the board. Well, it seems reasonable for 3 days workshop, but in my case, it would be a bit hard for me to find even that. But it will not be impossible. Anyway, I have a big problem then finding the cost. Getting permission from my parents. Don't know what drama they would put when they heard this. So guys, I want you to give your names by the end of the week since we have to arrange everything. Okay then, I have time till that. I will do everything in my capacity to get their permission and find the expenses. I will never drop the chance to spend 3 whole days with him. Even thinking about being there with him made my heart beat faster. Right after I came home, I sent a message to him. You are coming to the workshop, right? Of course. How would I miss the chance to be with you for 3 days? He replied. How are you sure that I would come for the workshop? You didn't even ask me. I don't need to ask, I know you will come. You are smart enough not to miss this great opportunity because it has great educational value. Yes, he is right. This workshop actually has great educational value. But I didn't even remember about that. I only thought of spending 3 days in the same place as him. After all, I am not that nerdy, right? But I have to get permission from my parents. I don't know how they would react. Do you think they will say no? Not sure, they are highly unpredictable. One time they don't give a SHT about what I do, but the next moment they want to control everything I do. Is that so? Try your best, babe. If you don't get permission to come, then I will deny my permission to go as well. Are you crazy? This is an educational workshop. You must go. I don't think I would be able to go there and take anything out of it if you don't come. I would just think about you the whole day. Oh. My sweet, sweet Luke. You love me that much. So try your best, princess. My destiny is in your hands. He replied again. No need to tell, sweetheart. I will try my best. I prepared a delicious dinner. I took some time and made Mom's and Dad's favorite dishes. When they started having dinner, without leaving the kitchen as I used to do in the past few days, I stayed there till the right time. Dad, there is a 3-day tech workshop at Willows Center. I am planning to go. All of a sudden I heard Shane told. Wow! Wonderful! I think this is the first time in my life my twin did something I really wanted. Now as he started the discussion, it would be easy for me to continue. Oh, that's good, I heard Dad said. So honey, when is that? Mom asked. It's in the next weekend, Shane replied. What are you all going to do there? Again it was Mom. Some technical sessions by industry experts and some group projects. It's very important for our degree program, Shane replied. Well, this is the exact time to get permission. Dad, I called him in a pleading voice. He looked at me surprisingly. I think he didn't expect me to speak here, because I hardly speak with them during their dinner time. Dad, please, I also want to go to that workshop. He started to eat again. What does that mean? Is it yes or no? I am also not here next weekend. So who is going to cook for Dad if you go? Mom asked. What? So I am not getting permission to go. Why, Mom? Why, you also have to go out on the exact weekend. So guys, I want you to give your names by the end of the week since we have to arrange everything. That's fine. I prefer to stay alone and eat out, rather than bearing all her stupidity alone, Dad said in an odd voice. Mom gave him a deathly glare. But Dad seems not to care about her, he kept on eating. Shane anyway have an eye on her. She doesn't even know how to behave herself, Mom said, pouting. I don't know on what ground, she said, that I don't know how to behave myself. I am indeed an introvert person without many social skills, but I know how to behave myself, at least better than Shane. Anyway, this is not a time to worry about those. I got permission to go. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Mom, I said. I couldn't even remember a day I got something that I needed this easily. I thought I may have to plead for all week to get permission. I think after he entered my life everything is turning in a better direction. Oh God! I cannot wait to give him the good news. Wonderful! So now I can freely dream about spending time with you for 3 days. After I informed him about what happened, he immediately replied. You are talking like we are going on a date or something. Wake up, we are going for a workshop. I don't care. I will find a way to stick to you for all the 3 days, really. I wish I knew who you are, then I would have stuck to you as well. He didn't reply for a few minutes. I felt bad. I shouldn't tell him that. Didn't I promise him to give his time? I have no right to push him to reveal the truth. Hey, are you angry with me? Please don't. I didn't think much before sending that text. You can take your time. I will wait for you to eternity, I sent him again. I am not angry with you, princess. How can I be angry with you, when the fault is mine? It's your right to know with whom you are talking. Please forgive me for not letting you know. Believe me, everything I do them because I want us to be together for the rest of our lives. I don't want to rush things and destroy everything. One day when you know the truth you will understand me. He has sent a long reply. Tears filled in my eyes. He is sad. I made him sad. You fool. Why, you made the only person who cares about you sad. Please don't be sad. It's true, I wish from all my heart that I can spend every second of my life with you, but I can wait, because I know, though you are not beside me, you always care about me, knowing that is enough for me, so please don't be sad, and remember I believe you no matter what happened. I know, babe, now enough sadness. I bet you are crying right now. How you know? I sent him, wiping tears from my eyes. I know everything about you, my princess. Now stop crying. You know that I cannot stand tears in your eyes. Fine. I am not crying. I wiped my face with my t-shirt and smiled at my phone like a fool. Good girl, now go to sleep and dream what we will do during the workshop. If you want to see me in your dreams, just try to see the most handsome man you have ever seen in your life. I fell into sleep after some time. As he said, I actually dream about the workshop and I was talking with someone happily. That person was behind me, holding me, his hands wrap around my waist. I couldn't see his face. He made me turned around to see him. Oh God! It was not Luke. It was Jake. Chapter 19. I was talking with someone happily. That person was behind me, holding me, his hands wrap around my waist, his face buried in my shoulder, his lips gently touching my bare skin. I cannot see his face. He made me turned around to see him. His face lit with the most beautiful smile I have ever seen on his devilishly handsome face. Oh my God, it was Jake. I woke up sweating. Oh God! That dream felt so real. I even smell his cologne. His touch was so warm and comforting. The smile on his face, it's a rare smile, you can't usually see it on his perfectly sculpted face. Not even after a great victory of a football series. My whole body was shivering, despite it is sweating too. Luke asked me to see him in my dreams, but instead, I saw his friend. But he asked me to see the most handsome man I have ever seen, didn't he? So I did what he asked. For me the most handsome man is Jake. I don't know anyone can be that handsome, and you know. Tempting. No matter whom I love, that fact won't be changed, I guess. IGR0ANED. However, I felt like I'd cheat on Luke. I had no right to even see Jake in my dreams. He is not mine to dream and I am not his too. I picked up my phone to check the time, it was still 2 a.m. Therefore, I attempted to sleep again, but I couldn't. I just lied down on my bed. My mind was loaded with different thoughts about both of them and that dream. Why I can't just forget about Jake and be loyal to Luke. This is killing me. I witness how my twin brother change his lovers day by day like he changes his clothes. He doesn't even worry about any of them, he just wants to satisfy his needs, nothing more than that. Those girls. I don't think most of them care about it either, they just want to sleep with him, with the most attractive football player available, since Luke or Jake don't give a shit about them. More I see that I realized the value of being loyal to one person. I don't want to be like them. I hate to be like them. I want just one person who loves and cares me, who don't think about any other girl but me. I want to be the same for that person, love him, care about him and not even think of anyone else but him. I have already got that kind of a person, it's my sweet Luke. I know he loves me so much and he cares about me every second. I am pretty sure, he doesn't think about any other girl. He is so sweet and joyous. My sweet Luke. What I give him in return. My thoughts are everywhere, I can't even get rid of my stupid obsession for Jake. What type of person am I? I am just as low as Shane and his girls. I am worthless. Suddenly my phone vibrated, interrupting my thoughts. I picked it up to see a new chat in WhatsApp. I saw you in my dreams. I was holding you in my arms. Now I cannot sleep, my whole mind is occupied by you, what have you done to me, girl? I couldn't stop tears welling up my eyes. What a coincidence. We both woke up in the middle of our sleep with a dream. The only difference is, he dreamt about me while I was dreaming about someone else. How pathetic I am. Please forgive me, my love. I hold my phone near my heart and let my tears to spill out. My phone vibrated again. You awake? OSHT. I was planning to not reply to him, because I didn't know what to tell him. How can I tell him that I was dreaming about his friend? I forgot, he can see that I read his chat. Disadvantages of new technologies. Yet. I woke up as my phone vibrated with the message I sent. Oh. I hate lies. Oh. I am so sorry, babe. I woke you up. No, that's fine. You know, that dream felt so real. I felt like I really have you in my arms, oh God. You don't know, how much I craved to hold you like that. Oh, darling. I craved for that too. I wish that day come real soon. I want to forget all this and commit myself to you, only to you, forever. I went to the cafe during lunch and met Mr. Donalds. I asked him about the night shifts and weekend shifts. He told us once, that we can earn more if we work on those shifts. Yesterday I did the calculation: if I work all the night shifts until next week Thursday and do a full day on Saturday and a half day on Sunday, I can earn enough to pay for the workshop. I know it's not a walk in the path, but I am going to give it my best. I can ask Luke to help me, and I know he is always willing to help, but I don't want to be a burden even to him. I always want to be independent. I hate to see how some girls try to depend on their boyfriends for everything. I feel it's really disgusting how those girls treat their boyfriends as a means of pay their expenses. He may be super rich, but I have nothing to do with his wealth. I love him for who he is, and how he loves me, that's all. There can be a situation I really need his support, like what happened that day at the hospital, but except those rare situations, I don't want to worry him. Mr. Donalds agreed to let me work on those shifts. So I went home after the last lecture and quickly made some dinner and put in the fridge. I put a note on the fridge, so they know I have prepared food. I have to keep my parents happy because no matter they gave permission, still, there is a chance they will stop me from going. They are highly unpredictable. I started my shift at 6:30. I was busy with work when I felt my phone vibrated through my pocket. "Are you still at the cafe?" It was him. I checked the time. It was at 9 p.m. I forgot to tell him, I am doing the night shift. I am doing the night shift today. So I have to work till 11:30. I quickly typed. What? 11:30? How do you go home? There is a bus at 11:45 bus, are you crazy? You can't come alone on a bus that late. You don't know what type of people would be there on the bus at that time. Hey, don't worry. I will be careful. It's not you being careful or not. It is about other people. I am sending you a taxi. It will be there near the cafe at 11:30. I will text you the taxi number and driver's phone number. No, you don't have to. I can come by bus. I have to. I have to protect what is mine. I stared at his text for a few seconds. I have to protect what is mine. My heart tickled with the feeling that I belonged to him. To super handsome, smart, and sweet him. How lucky am I to have you in my life? Not even my parents worry about me. But you. You always do everything you can to keep me happy and safe. I don't deserve you. You are too good, darling. I placed a KSSCD on my phone. I got into the taxi by 11:35. We could reached home by 11:45, since there were no traffic. How much do I have to pay? I asked. No ma'am, it's already paid. Have a good night ma'am, the driver said, smiling. Yet. I woke up as my phone vibrated with the message I sent. Oh. I hate lies. Oh. Then thank you, have a good night, I said. I started doing the night shift because I didn't want to bother him. But now he is bothering about me even more, it seems. I came home safely. I texted him as soon as I entered my room. Okay babe, you must be really tired, no? A little. I am used to working hard, so it's kind of okay anyway. Don't do night shifts again. If Mr. Donalds asks you again to do a night shift, let me know. I can talk to him. You coming home alone in the night actually make me scared. Oh, darling. How can I skip night shifts? I have to do night shifts until next Thursday. I talked with Mr. Donalds and let him know that I would do those shifts. What you mean? So you did this, not because he requested. No, actually I wanted some extra money. So this is like the only option I had. Only option? Then what about me? Am I not an option? I can sense his anger even through his message. No, it's not like that. I wanted to earn enough to pay for the workshop. I know you would help me without even thinking twice. Yet, I want to do this on my own. I can find this money, that's why I didn't want to bother you. Bother me, huh? Do you think that when you act like this it will keep me out of bothering about you? If you tell me this earlier, I would simply pay for you and I don't have to bother about it at all. But now I have to bother every day until next Thursday, thanks to your stubbornness. Don't say so, please. I can't let you spend money on me like this, please understand. I know you have more than enough money to spend for me, but I don't want that. Don't think I am too proud to ask from you. I like when you care about me, but I don't want you to bear all my expenses. I don't really know how to express what I feel, but please try to understand. If I can't find this money, then I would ask for your help definitely. But now since I can, I want to give it a try. I was almost in tears. I didn't think he will take it this serious. I didn't think, me working late or coming alone in the night would be an issue. Because until now, no one cared about them. So I think I am not used to getting this much attention. He is angry with me, isn't he? He is right, from his side. I stayed as it is for a few minutes, waiting for his reply. I don't know what's wrong with me. I, however, manage to take him down every day. My phone indicated a new message. I opened in as fast as I can. You are one hell of an independent girl. I know about that, and I respect that. It is one of the main reason, which makes you unique from the rest. But try to understand me. If I can come to the cafe and wait till you finish work and if I can take you home after that, then I don't care. But you know that I can't do any of them. So it made me angry and scared. My heart fluttered with his compliment. I know some guys don't like their girlfriends to be independent, they may feel them as a threat or something, I don't know. But my sweet Luke, he respects that, and he loves me for who am I. I understand that. I am sorry. If you want me to stop doing night shifts I will do that. I feel so sorry about him, but more than that I love him, and respect him. I am truly blessed to be loved by a person like him. I didn't want to make him sad. More than anything I value his happiness, because my happiness solely depends on his. Chapter 20. I was waiting for his reply. No, if that makes you happy then you may go, but I will send my personal driver every day to pick you up from the cafe. I can't trust these taxi drivers every day. His reply came. Personal driver, really, you have a personal driver? I knew he is rich, but didn't think that he even has a personal driver. Maybe rich people are like that, I don't know many rich people anyway. Really? Sarah, out of everything I told you picked that? No, you know, just ask. I thought it is a bit unusual for a university student to have a personal driver, that's why I drive my own car now. He is an employee of my dad. He was there since I can remember, he took me to school, practices and everywhere. Now even though I don't need his service that often, he is always available for me. My dad doesn't assign any work to him actually. He is more like a family friend than an employee. Above everything, I have no doubts about his loyalty to me, so I can assure your safety with him. But if he is that close to your family, wouldn't it be a problem to ask him to take me home every day? I asked concernedly. He doesn't even let me know his identity, so it is obvious that he doesn't want to make his family know about me yet. He always protects my secrets, he will carry them to his grave, and on the other hand, he knows about you. What? Really? Why did you tell him? I felt a bit annoying. If he can tell his driver or whatever the person about me, then why he can't just let me know about him? Can't he trust me as he does with that person? He took me to see you a few times and he played a major role in finding information about you for me. Took him to see me, but where, when, and why? He sees me like every day on campus. Other than that, I don't really remember a time I saw him when he had to come purposefully to see me. On the other hand, what about this discovering my information? He told me that he knows everything about me, but I never imagined that he dedicated someone to search for me. Even thinking about that creeps me out. He is so complicated than I can ever think of. I don't really know why he wants to hide everything from me this badly. There is something big, something really big behind all these. I know you feel all this overwhelming. You may have 1,001 questions to be asked. Trust me, I will answer them all very soon. Until that, do not think about them. Just remember, whatever I do them for you. I trust you. It is not about trust. I don't feel really comfortable with all these. Okay. I trust you. I will go and take a wash now. I didn't want to hurt his feelings once again, so I decided it's better to let time to solve everything. Okay babe, sorry for keeping you this long. Take a wash and sleep. You had a long busy day, my strong little princess. I smiled at his message. This ambiguous character does not suit you, darling. Please finish this soon. I need you. I need to be with you, for real. Days flew in an eye blink and it's already the day for a workshop. Last few days his personal driver Clerk took me from the cafe and brought me home. Clerk was really a fatherly figure. I really enjoyed the few minutes I got to spend with him. He didn't talk about Luke. I really wanted to ask him, but I felt it is not appropriate. Clerk chatted with me just about some random things, but he was hilarious, so he could actually wipe out my tiredness and made me relaxed. He brought something for me to eat every day. I know Luke may ask him to do so, still, he tried his best to bring something new and delicious every day. Not just that, he even advised me about food, work, and many other things, like a father, which my own father never really did. He even gave me his number and asked me to call him whenever I need help. I came to the university at around 6:30 in the morning. We were planning to leave for Willows at 7:30 by 2 buses. Many students were already there when I arrived. I looked around to see Luke, but he was nowhere to be seen. I sent him a text when I left home. He has replied saying he was also about to leave. Don't know why he is still not here then. A name sheet was stuck to all the buses. I found my name on the first bus, and so did the names of the whole football team. What? I can't go on this bus. I mean, indeed, Luke is also in the same bus, but tolerating all the troubles Shane and his buddies would put me through, for long 3 hours, is quite unmanageable. I went to Ms. Smith. She was talking to some students. I wait until they finish. Ma'am, I called her. Sarah, what's up? She smiled as she saw me. I am one of her best students, so she really likes me. And I was about to take an advantage out of that. Ma'am, I need a small favor, I said in a pleading tone. Yes, ma'am, can I switch to the other bus? She stared at me like I said something unbelievable. Why? Ma'am. I don't, well. I should have fabricated a nice lie before coming here. I can't tell her truth. How am I supposed to tell her that I was so scared to get bullied by Shane and his friends? Sarah. I thought you are a smart girl. I have enough headache from listening to all the complaints from students since yesterday. If you don't have a good reason, then go and sit on your bus. If everyone comes to me asking to switch buses, we will have to stay here all day, Ms. Smith said annoyingly. Sorry, ma'am, I said, blaming myself. Wonderful. Now not only I have to stay 3 hours on a bus with them, but my lecturer is also annoyed at me. Way to start the day, Sarah. I got into the bus and took a seat, in the front. I assumed that they all would sit at the rear, so I can just be here peacefully. Sarah, can you come for a second? After some time, I heard Professor Cooper calling me. Professor Cooper is one of the lecturers who are very good at lecturing, and he is a walking library, there is nothing he doesn't know. However, he is really short-tempered. So I quickly got down from the bus and ran to him. He assigned me to do some tasks for him and I think it took around 10 minutes. After that, I got into the bus again and sat on my seat. Wait, where is my bag? I left it on the seat when I got down. I searched every possible place, but couldn't find it. Then I heard a burst of laughter from the rear end of the bus. Great! Shane and his gang, no doubt they are behind this. Give me my bag, I said, walking towards them. As I predicted, they had occupied all the seats in the back. What? Bob asked like he doesn't even know what am I talking about. I said, trying my best to be tough. I promised Luke. I promised him that I would speak up for myself. This is my chance to prove him, though he is still not here. What he is doing anyway? Why he's still not here? My heart was racing. I was sweating. I was super nervous. What bag? Glenn asked in a dull tone. Well, I know that you took my bag, and I wanted what we took your bag? Do you think we don't have better things to do? Bob chuckled. Oh. If I can I would kill him, he is so irritating. Give me my bag, I said again, oh God. I was so close to breaking down. I felt tears starting to welling up, you always make me helpless. We didn't take your stupid bag. Okay, big brother, if you want to play that way, then let's play. I am not going to let you win this time. I took a deep breath and made me calm down. Sarah. Be strong. Okay, fine, if you say so. Anyway, I came to find my phone because Professor Cooper asked me to call some lecturers for him. Unfortunately, my phone is in my bag. So I think I will not be able to fulfill his demand. Let me tell him, someone took my bag and I couldn't find my phone now. He would be really happy to know there are people here who work like kindergartners, I said, putting my head out of a shutter, as I was about to call someone. Wait. I heard Glenn's voice from behind. Why? I asked, turning back to them. Here is your bag, he said, holding my bag to the air. Well, where you found that? Anyway, thanks a lot, Glenn, otherwise Professor Cooper will be really annoyed. I grinned and walked to him. My whole body was shivering, I don't know it will be even possible for me to reach to him, without falling down. However, I managed it, despite my shaken mind. I snatched my bag from him and turned around to see both Luke and Jake staring at us from near the front door. They both looked astonished to the last bit. I heard Bob and others were scolding Glenn, someone even hit him, I think. But none of them were my concerns. My concern was right in front of me. Still staring into me, like they saw a ghost. Oh God! Were they here all the time? The rest of the audiobooks will be uploaded in the next episode. Join us on Patreon to listen to more unlimited audiobooks.